Greetings, Wizarding World, and welcome back to Wizarding Wiz, and today marks day number 1 of a series I am going to do, breaking down all of the different aspects of the information on the gameplay that we received on Monday. Now, if you saw Monday's video, you saw how excited I was to receive all of this information and the excitement of the actual gameplay. Now I actually want to go through and break down all of the pieces of information we learned to try and get a better grasp and give you a better idea of what to expect in Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Starting with today's video, which is going to focus on professions. Now, there are 3 professions to choose from, or classes, depending on which article you read, how they referred to them. The first of which is an Auror. Now, Aurors, we already know, if you've read the books or you've seen the movies, are dark wizard catchers. So they are very proficient in defense against the dark arts. They are very proficient in casting spells and will ultimately be the best for your spell casting and your dueling, i.e. against dark wizards or Death Eaters, depending on what they put in the game. Personally, I hope it's not just Death Eaters. I hope we get some just dark wizards who enjoy causing chaos as well. But it will be fun to be able to capture Death Eaters too. Now, the next profession I want to talk about is the Magizoologist, and this is described as a tanky support class good at encounters with magical creatures. Now, this one will obviously be the best for when we encounter magical creatures. And I think it's safe to assume that some of the magical creatures that we are going to encounter are going to be very difficult to deal with. For example, if we encounter an Erumpent, it's going to be a little harder than just waving your wand and saying a few magical words. You know, you're going to have to entice the Erumpent to come to you and break whatever enchantment is on it. So a Magizoologist will be great in this aspect, and it'll be good to have as a backup on your team for when you're taking on more difficult creatures or more difficult aspects of the game, which are yet to be seen. And the third and final, and in my opinion most intriguing profession that we are going to be offered is the Professor. Now, we know from both the books and the movies how strong professors really are, with the exception of a few who couldn't light a candle to save their own life. Lockhart. Excuse me. But on a whole, professors are generally very skilled in all forms of magic, focusing, of course, on whatever subject they are teaching, which is obviously their speciality, but are good all around. And the only description that we have for professors so far is that they are a class with deep magical knowledge, which to me says that they are going to be able to learn a bigger variety of spells and anti-jinxes and things of that nature than either the Auror or the Magizoologist, making them a class that is going to be most likely very powerful and very helpful, and definitely somebody you want to be on your team. And if you are a player who's always liked teaching, maybe you'll want to be a professor anyway. Now, it would be really cool if a professor is able to also teach other people in their party, like the Auror or the Magizoologist, new forms of magic to help them as well. I think that would be really cool, but I think that most of the gameplay is going to be focused on their abilities in actual gameplay, whether it be battles or searches or whatever may entail on a daily basis in-game. Now, it is not known yet whether or not you can change your class or your profession once you have chosen it. So my suggestion to you would be to choose wisely and to maybe get a small team of 2 or 3 friends together and all decide what classes you want to be and try to choose different classes so that you can help each other along the way, because it is most likely going to be difficult to do on your own. And the final piece of information that I want to bring to you is that there will be what is known as a tech tree for each class. Your tech tree is a way to level up certain aspects of your character. So, for example, as an Auror, you may want to focus on your ability in Defense Against the Dark Arts. as opposed to a Magizoologist who would want to focus their abilities on magical creatures. And you should be able to do this either via XP or in-game currency or a mix of both, most likely, and most likely will unlock stronger and stronger tiers according to your character level in-game. And that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully this wasn't too confusing for you. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't done either of those things already, to make sure that you stay up to date with everything happening in the Wizarding world and with Harry Potter Wizards Unite. And if you like this, please hit that like button and share it with your friends. And until next time, guys, stay safe and watch out for Dementors.